tree. And I'm going to right-click and into the editor, of course. I want to show you how to transfer a style from one image to another. It's actually a really neat thing. But before we do that, what I'd like to do here is fix a little of the backlighting on this image. I like the image. It's very dramatic, but I would like to lighten up some of those dark areas. So do this. Go up to the word Enhance, go down to Adjust Lighting, and select Shadows and Highlights. Now look at the difference, just by the default. It's not doing anything, as you'll notice, to the light areas, because we're saying darken highlights. Nope, leave those alone. Lighten my shadows. That's all we're doing here, and we can change that. Now, that's typically what you want to do anyway. You don't want to do too much with the highlights. They're already light enough. Now, we can change our contrast too, and that's quite a difference. But it changes the mood of the image too. The mood of this image is stark and contrasting. I kind of like this, so I think I'm going to leave it there and click OK. Go up to the word Enhance, go down to Photo Merge, and select Photo Merge Style Matching. And this is actually a neat feature. Number one, you have these images down here. And you're saying to the computer, I want to match the style of what I see here to the image here. Let me close this out. You have Intensity, Clarity, Details, Eraser, Style Painter. You can soften the stroke edges and transfer tones down here. That's not on yet because we haven't done anything. Let's do this. Let's move over, say, this one right here. Now click it in here and watch what happens on the right. You say, well, where's the golden tones and all that kind of stuff? Well, the reason they're not there is because it's just transferring some of the style information on how this image was made, not all the tonal values. Now, what I like about this, if you would like to have an image that looks like that, you click down here, Transfer Tones. Now watch. This makes it interesting. That is actually pretty cool. So anytime we move one of these over, if we have that on, it's going to give us everything. Let's go ahead and turn it back on again. Now, if you want to return some of the areas of the image, you have a Style Eraser. And what the eraser does is it returns the original parts of the image that you erase over. Let me use my left bracket key. That's just easier. And just to show you this, since this is grayscale now, if I paint over, I'm going to restore those areas, like maybe just the road. You say, well, you got too much over here, Andy, because the road curves in. Well, then go to Style Painter and see if you can take that back out like that. So now, anything that we do to this image will change everything but that road. You say, well, okay, these are pretty cool. I like them. But we don't have a lot, do we? I mean, we just got these 5 or 6. Well, if you click here, there's a little plus sign. You can add a style from Organizer. What's that? Your images. You got one up here you like? How about James Bond Island right here? Go ahead and click Add. You can add as many as you want. Try that one. That's kind of an interesting effect. I don't know if I like it that much, but it is interesting. Let's go back to one more here, like maybe this one right here, which seems very colorful. Interesting. Again, this is not changing anymore because we have it painted. Now you have one more option down here to soften the stroke edges if you want to soften it up just a little bit, and that's how it interacts with the image itself. If you like it, click Done. One of the kind of important things I think about this particular feature is if you have a series of images and you want them to have the same style and look, you can use one image as a style image and then throw the other images in there and change them one at a time, and they'll all have that same style and that same look. And there you go. We don't have to save this one, but you will notice what it did. Here's the one we worked on. Here's the original. Let's go ahead and close. And don't save. There you go.